Alright guys, how's it going? In this video we're going to be talking about Darwin Nunez being close to a move to Atlético Madrid, apparently. And I know what you're thinking, hey Chubbs, if he goes there, we can get Alvarez. I've just done a video about Alvarez. You must watch that video as well as this one, right? It'll explain a lot to you. So, Darwin Nunez to Atlético Madrid, let's break it down. I'll tell you where these rumours are coming from today, right? Anfield Index have published a headline today, which is worded as follows. Report, which is basically a disclaimer, it's saying we're not claiming this, but we're getting the clicks for it. £85 million Liverpool forward close to agreeing switch to Atlético Madrid. That is a big headline, especially if you want rid of Darwin Nunez, right? And it also makes it sound maybe that you're going to get 85 million for him. That's what I thought when I first read it, because I just wasn't thinking about what he cost Liverpool in the first place. But anyway, so Anfield Index, very poor outlet, if you like, have published a headline report, £85 million Liverpool forward close to agreeing switch to Atlético Madrid. They write that Darwin Nunez's time at Anfield, quote, appears to be closing, and that Cadena SER have reported a verbal agreement is in place for him to join Atlético Madrid, all right? So they're basically saying that his time at Anfield appears to be closing, and they're saying that Cadena SER, I'm going to tell you about who they are in a minute, are reporting that a verbal agreement is in place for him to join Atlético Madrid. Now, if a verbal agreement is in place for him to join Atlético Madrid, that makes me think everyone's agreed stuff, and it's just not true. Here's the issue, right? So, Cadena SER, right, is the Spanish source that they reference. And while they're well known and moderately reliable, their reporting doesn't quite say what Anfield Index claim, all right? So Cadena SER's actual headline is Atlético de Madrid is considering signing Darwin Nunez. Considering, not close to, is considering signing Darwin Nunez. The player has given the green light to the deal. Now, Cadena SER is, it's a big radio network, if you like. Do you know what I mean? It's not, I don't know. It wouldn't be who you would go to for your news, right? But anyway, so I just want to compare the two headlines, please, just to remind you. Anfield Index report, £85 million Liverpool forward, close to agreeing switch to Atlético Madrid. But the actual headline of what they're sourcing that report is Atlético Madrid is considering signing Darwin Nunez. The player is given the green light to the deal. So obviously that's very different from close to agreeing a switch. So what do Cadena SER actually say in that article? They say Atlético are looking for a striker for next season, which is what I told you about when previously discussing Darwin Nunez. They're looking for a striker for next season. And Cadena SER backs up that from what I've been saying. Darwin Nunez is one of several options being considered. Remember, the article implies that he's close to a move there, but the original article says he's one of several options being considered. The article says that they've spoken to the player and he'd be delighted to join. I would believe that. He would be delighted to join them. But, and this is important, there have been no talks with Liverpool at all. So how is he close to agreeing a move there? So if you see headlines or social media posts today saying Darwin is close to joining Atlético, take them with a pinch of salt. It's been overstated. So I just want to tell you about Cadena SER because it's good for you to learn about these places when you hear them come up in the future. Like there's websites in Spain, featureheads.net, for example. You'd never listen to anything they say, but they make massive transfer claims all the time, right? So Cadena SER, long-standing Spanish radio network with decent credibility, you know. Some Real Madrid fans see them as biased because they're owned by Prisa, a company that has a rough relationship with Florentino Perez. They don't like Florentino Perez. So they think, the Real Madrid fans think that Cadena SER have got agenda against them. Think of it like a pundit who tells it like it is, but always seems to stick the boot into your club. That's how some Madrid fans view them. And on the flip side, Barca fans tend to view Cadena SER's coverage more positively, all right? But those clubs are not relevant in this one, but you might hear them mentioned with Liverpool and Real Madrid and shit like that in the future. So, final thought, right? Combine this video and these claims with the with Liverpool to with the Liverpool Alvarez rumours, which was addressed in a previous video today. And it starts, it would start to make it look like a transfer merry-go-round fantasy. Do you know what I mean? So, because you're going to hear these things today, I think. I think you're going to hear about Alvarez, you're going to hear about them wanting Nunez, and people are going to stitch them together and hope that it's going to happen. And it gets a bit, fans want stuff to happen so much they want to believe it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, Nunez to Atlético, Alvarez to Liverpool. Nah, I'm not having that. Not yet anyway. So I hope that makes sense, right? So remember, Liverpool fall close to agreeing switch to Atlético Madrid. That's not what it says in the original article, which I can assure you I've gone over for you when I was in the cafe this morning. All right, that's it. If you found this video informative, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment if you've got a comment about it. If you want to buy me a coffee or a beer or whatever, if you want to support me, there's a love out under the video. I always give a shout out to everybody in my morning briefings that does that. Or you can join the channel. They're the people in the comments with a football next to their name. They're the heroes around here. They enable me to buy these subscriptions for these publications for you. And let's face it, none of these fuckers on here ain't fucking anywhere near as good as me, guys. You know that, don't you? I'm worth a coffee any day. Look, God loves a grifter. All right. I'm off. I'll speak to you in a bit. All right.